kiss the rings, kiss the rings. I said kiss the rings, kiss the rings, kiss the rings.
It's all real on this side.
Kiss the rings, kiss the rings. I said kiss the rings, kiss the rings, kiss the rings.
It's all real on this side.
When Pete Rock banged with CL, we paid attention to detail. Eric and Pear made dollars, which opened up the retail. Kid hung with play, bumping my UGK. Houdini to Run DMC taught me to walk this way. 8Ball and MJ, Greg Nice and Smooth B, Primo and Guru, Polo and KG, 3 Stacks and Big Boy, Havoc and Prodigy, Eric B and Rakim, Tretch and Finn, obviously. Body to beat to death like Red and Meth. Yeah. Daz and Corrupt, Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff, Most Def and Quali, Capone and Nori, Lil Fam and Billy Dance, Malice and Pusha T, Ruck and Rock.
Oh, 1, 2, oh, 1, 2. Yeah. Welcome back to Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip hop music. My name is Kornbread Capone. What you are about to hear, like to title Part 1, The Reason. I recently had a conversation with my brother Tuck about this podcast, and what we were talking about in particular was why I don't acknowledge certain artists on my platform. Those certain artists are considered the new artists, the top artists in the game at the moment, the people that everybody's listening to. For those who know me personally, everybody knows that I don't like nothing new about rap music today. I don't like none of the people that make music today. None of them. All the music is garbage and trash. And I make no excuse about that. But what me and Tuck was talking about was the acknowledgement of those. And I told him why I don't acknowledge them and why they never will get acknowledgement. Let's go back. Let's rewind time real quick. There was a time between 2006 and 2010, the rap game changed. The physical release was on a time clock. The digital era was coming through. We were starting to be introduced to what we know now as streaming. Social media had started blowing up. The internet had become the place for artists to release their music. YouTube was really big. You had, Facebook, you had Twitter. It was a lot going on, a lot changing, a lot. And during this time, the older artists who had been around faded out, and a new generation of artists came in. Now, I'm not from the era where new artists come in and instantly disrespect the legends. But this is what I started to see happening. I started to see new artists. I've never heard their music before, but I see a news headline to the effect of, and I've heard artists say this, I never listened to Tupac. His music was boring. I don't know a Biggie song. I never heard it. And so on and so forth. We can go down the line. There's been plenty of disrespectful things that have been said about legends by these new artists who have less than 10% of talent. That is a shame. Even more shameful that somebody else pushed the button and let this dumb motherfucker in the door and co-signed it. Even worse. But that's the first thing that I started seeing, because I had stopped listening to radio in 2007 because I seen where the direction rap was going. I didn't want to hear secular radio anymore because I knew what it was about to be. And it became just what I thought it was going to be. Garbage turmoil repeated constantly. That's all it is. And that's what it was really starting to become, because I in how I knew I wasn't listening to the radio anymore. I didn't care about the award shows anymore. I just wasn't interested in it anymore. It just, there's no, I felt like there was no talent. And that's one of the things that changed about the game. I'm from the era of rap where you had to have talent. You had to. But during this period, it changed. You didn't have to have talent. You didn't even have to write your own raps. If you got a catchy beat and a catchy hook and a look that the companies can market, you was in the door. And next thing you know, another thing changed was they started changing the nature of what we know as rap music. Rap stands for Rhythmic American Poetry, for those who don't know. They started changing the nature of rap when they started implementing singing to it. And truth be told, this was going on throughout the 90s as well. But it wasn't as prevalent as it was in the late 2000s going into the 2010s. You had certain artists who came out, like, for instance, T-Pain, when he came out with the auto-tune. It sounded good when he was singing over everybody's song. And I can't front. It did sound good. But what made it bad was everybody started using auto-tune. And it watered it down, made it to the point to where nobody wanted to hear it anymore. But not just, beyond the auto-tune thing. Singing is not rap. There's a lot of people that call themselves rappers, maybe signed to a rap record label or have rap affiliates. But the nature of their music is not rap if they are singing. This I did not agree with. I did not agree with that. I did not agree with who a lot of people were looking up to at the time, because I felt like that was the wrong image of the wrong person that you should be looking up to. And this is what happened. That person's effect on the game hindered the culture. That person's effect on the game hindered the culture. How? Somebody would ask, how is that? Well, he didn't bring quality to the game. He didn't bring value to the game. He didn't push the game up. He brought the value of it down. The impact that he had on it, yeah, he made a generation of people name themselves after him. He had a generation of people who became junkies and drug addicts and thought it was cool. You had a generation of people who thought joining the gang was the best thing in the world. And he also opened the door for gay rappers. Yeah, that's what he did. That's the impact that he left on the game. And that's what everybody bought into. Everybody bought into that shit. Everybody damn near got sucked up in it. And I didn't agree with that. I didn't like that. So now you have a whole brand new generation of artists who all look up to this one person. And this one person doesn't even have a classic album under his belt. But they all look up to him. And guess what? All of their music is trash too. They don't have a classic album or nothing either. Kendrick Lamar came out in 2012 and with one album surpassed an entire generation of rappers with one album. And as you keep going up through the years, up to where we are now, it's been few far in between hip hop records every year that'll come out, that'll pique my interest, that'll make me want to go listen to them. But for the most part, man, it's a whole bunch of sifting through the garbage can, because most of this stuff is trash. Most of the stuff that people like and love and share on social media is trash. And me making a platform like Unpopular Honesty, I asked myself, I said, because part of this show is also doing album reviews as well. And I asked myself, I said, well, are you going to rate and review the albums of artists that you know you don't like and listen to? And I said, nah, why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that would be a total waste of tape and time, because there's nothing enlightening that's going to come from a music review that totally trashes the project. Because let's be honest here. Right now, the rap game is the laughing stock genre in music. It's so boastful, it's so braggadocio, and that's the, part of the fundamentals that's still around. People still brag on themselves or, try to big themselves up in a lot of ways, but artistically, from a lyrical standpoint, from an MC standpoint, your whole generation is a joke. A major joke. Because it's not one that I have heard that made me say, oh, okay, he's all right. I listen to the females too. And they trash just as well, because all they doing is talking about the same old stuff. How many times can you pop your pussy and sell it and sit on a nigga face and take his money? It worked for maybe a couple of years. And if you don't notice this, that the rap game changes every 1.5 to 2 years. The females, they have had a very impressive run with the thought rap, the thought bars. That's cool. But if your ass don't get to rapping about something other than your pussy, your ass gonna be gone. And all it's gonna take is one female to change the playing field. And who's to say that that female won't drop something this year? And I certainly hope so. You know what I'm saying? I certainly hope so. I really do. But as far as back to the original point, um, the reason why I don't acknowledge this generation, they don't have respect for the people who opened the doors for them. They have smartphones and smart TVs at their disposal. They don't do no history about where rap came from, where real hip hop started. It's so many movies and documentaries and books that detail the origins of this culture. Know not your history, and you will not know where you are going. We have a generation of people you couldn't pay them to read. And that's a damn shame. But you couldn't pay them to read. Nothing. But if you're going to be in hip hop, if you're going to call yourself a rapper, your ass better do your homework. Or you just won't be considered. Because I don't have a problem not considering people. It doesn't bother me. I have to walk outside my house every day with invisible headphones on, if you will, to block out bullshit. I don't like what a lot of people listen to in their cars. My suggestion is you shoot the radio, but that's just me. I just don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't agree with this new era sound in music because it doesn't talk about anything that's worthwhile. There's nothing that you can learn from it. There's no news you can use. There's no social commentary. There's nothing about anything different outside of I'ma kill you. I make money. I got these hoes. You know, that type of, the typical talk. The typical themes that's just been circulating around rap for the last 10 years and better. You know what I'm saying? I can't relate to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a killer. That's not what I do. I kill microphones. I don't kill people. I don't sell drugs, nor do I use them. So I can't relate to that. I don't eat ass, so I can't relate to that either. I don't abuse women, so I can't relate to that. I don't trick off, uncontrollable amounts of money on a female that's not even for me. I'm not a simptation. I'm not a sucker idolizing mediocre punani. That's not me. So I can't relate to none of that type of music. I'm also not a woman because, certain music I hear people playing, it sounds like women music. The soft voices and the high whining, singing type stuff. In my day, we relegated the R&B for when we alone with our ladies. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what that music was made for. But these days you listen to a rap song, for one, the person don't even be rapping. And then it sounds so soft. You swear it was a girl, but it be a dude the whole time. He sound like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm supposed to believe, the images or the representation of yourself when you put it out there and you look, like a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? And I'm supposed to believe that. Or I'm just supposed to say, oh, yeah, I see the talent in it. I don't see the talent in today's music. I really don't. None of it. Just because they play it on the radio don't mean that it's good music. That just mean that their label paid for the slot so that they can be played. You don't want to talk to me about this shit because I piss you off real fast. And I don't care about it either. You know, this music makes people look slow and retarded. It's meant for the slow and retarded, to be honest with you. You know, I mean, who else can understand? And I haven't met a person who can break down and talk about it intelligently any of this music. And that's probably because this music has no intelligence to it. There's nothing clever or intricate about today's music. It's very simple. It's made in a microwave fashion and served in a microwave fashion. But the one thing about today's music that does trip me out is a lot of them sample the 90s. Some of those hit records have 90s samples. And that lets me know they got to sample the 90s because the new shit ain't working. And that's a sign. Because people don't want to hear the same sound and stuff forever. Like I said, you might have had a period where it worked, but we're about to go into another transition where people are not going to want to hear the same old stuff going forward. You're going to have to progress. And if you don't progress, then you in the way and you need to get out the way. That's how I feel. For the artists that's making music out there, my word of advice is be yourself. Because I am tired of listening to artists who sound like artists who are already out. I am tired of hearing everybody make trap songs, drill songs, emo songs where they on there crying and singing and whining and all that shit. I don't want to hear none of that. All of that is trash. If that's your new music that you about to come out with, throw that shit away, go back to the drawing board, and do something that sounds like you. I don't know where this copycat, mimic, I'ma look just like this person, I'ma sound just like this. I don't know where this ideology came from. Because I'm from an era where there was no biting whatsoever. You did not want to dress like the next man. You did not want to say the same thing the next man said. You wanted to have your own identity. When I look out in public now, I see a bunch of mini versions of whoever's popular in the rap game. I don't see nobody who has their own identity. That's a shame. That's a shame. You name yourself after another man and y'all not biologically related or cool. That is a problem. That is a real live problem. I loved Tupac when I was growing up. I never cut my hair bald and said, my name is Bread Pac. I never did that. I don't get this new era with this copycatism, but the reason why I don't acknowledge them is because of all these things. You know, they don't have a code of ethics. They don't have respect. They don't even listen to people who are more knowledgeable than they are. You can't talk to them. You can't reason with them. And that's the truth. And that's why I don't acknowledge them. And I don't care if they acknowledge me. I really don't. Cause can't none of them motherfuckers rap better than me. And that's truth. That's facts, as they say in the streets. That's facts. I tried, man, but I can't acknowledge this bullshit. I cannot acknowledge bullshit. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna acknowledge bullshit on my platform. These niggas is whack. Let they whack ass stay in obscurity and stay not being mentioned because I'm not gonna mention them. Stay tuned for part 2, which is politely titled "What the fuck are you listening to?" It's gonna be very interesting. Until next time, my name is Kornbread Capone. This is Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip hop music. Thank you and good night.